Hi, my name is Monica Lavin and welcome to my home. Hi, my name is Monica Lavin and I am based here in Charleston, South Carolina. I am the founder of Lavin Label and Art of the Entry. My design style is very traditional and I love layered looks. I want it just to feel easy, but also very design-centric. We bought this house a year and a half ago, and then it took roughly 1 year to renovate it. We didn't really want to change much. We kept all the original molding in all of the spaces, and this room actually stayed the same thing. We wanted something that also kind of reflected a lot of blues and greens and like a very soft palette color. This is my living room. It's one of my favorite rooms in the house. In the evenings, it gets a really special glow because we're actually right on the water and we get the most marvelous sunsets. Whenever the colors of the sunset come in through the night, it really is just such a special room. So when we bought this house, the wall color was very similar, but it was more coral, so we toned it down just a little bit. And a lot of my inspiration boards showed these really beautiful luxe, and so I knew immediately that I wanted to pair kind of ivory with this dusty pink. And then I ended up pulling in these white relaxed Roman shades just to offer a nice layered look. I ended up bringing in the panels too for each of the doors just to add a layer of softness. And we usually keep them just off to the side so that we can maximize the sunlight that we get in. So the design of the house actually started in the kitchen. We bought this house because we loved the layout and just how it had this beautiful natural light, but we did have to open the kitchen just a bit. And so this is really where the design started and how I kind of envisioned the house would flow. So it is an older home and my style is very traditional. So I wanted to go with a very traditional backsplash here for the range. And then of course, whenever I chose the window treatments, I wanted something from 2 Pages that was very classic and traditional as well, but also didn't compete with the design. So I ended up going with a linen cotton blend. So this is my daughter's bedroom, and this room for some reason was the hardest for me to decorate. And I think it's because whenever I first started, I was thinking of a very tonal blue pattern and it just wasn't coming together. And then I realized that it was because my daughter has so much personality that she really needed color. And so I went back to the drawing board and found this beautiful paper from Cole & Sons that just has these colorful hummingbirds and beautiful greenery. And so I knew in here that I wanted to do a pop of color. And I found the most beautiful green from 2 Pages. I added them as window panels. I love how it looks and how it brings out the green in the wallpaper. And then for added privacy, I added these woven shades as well that are cordless, and they are very easy to move up and down. I would actually highly recommend them. And also, this room gets a lot of sunlight, so you'll see the layers of the panels with the woven shades, and that's also just for practicality too. And then I also pulled in some green from her bedroom into her bathroom. I loved this sweet little ticking stripe, so I ended up ordering it. They offer a lot of customizations, and so I got the perfect size and I use it for her shower curtain. And again, her room just gets so much light. I didn't want to block the light, but she definitely does need some privacy. And so I ended up going for their cafe curtain option. This is our guest room, and this room actually started with the wallpaper. It's a paper I designed with Jordan Connolly Studio. She's based in Charleston, and I really wanted something in the room to anchor this beautiful kind of dainty floral paper. And so I chose these beautiful kind of like a light chocolate panel. And again, I layered it with a woven Roman shade to add some privacy, but also really give it a full, sophisticated look. Whenever I really want to add some fullness or softness to a space, I love to add a relaxed Roman shade with panels because I really think it completely transforms your window and your overall kind of set the tone for the space. I do think that people underestimate the impact that window treatments can have on a room. Whenever I work with clients and we finish the furnishings of a space, it isn't until you add the window panels or the Roman shades that the space truly looks finished and polished. And so that was kind of the look I was going for in my house. I wanted something traditional, yet a very sophisticated and elevated look, and I think Two Pages definitely delivered that. They offer customization and they have a quick turnaround time. Ultimately, I think I designed this house, not knowing it, with my daughter in mind, because I want her, when she's older, to look back, think about all of the memories and the stories that we have in this house, how we all felt connected, and just I think that interiors play a part in that and making a home truly a home.